Hello guys, I hope you are all fine. So we discussed in previous video module 5 part 1, and in this video we will discuss module 5 of part 2, section 1, section 2 and section 3. So module 5 is interview attention developing techniques. Part 2, developing of smile body language. Section 1, describe of smile body language process. Section 2, flowchart of smile body language directions. Section 3, explanation of flowchart on body language movement. So in this video we will cover Module 5, Part 2, Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. So now we will move next slides. Part 2, Developing of Smile Body Language. Section 1, Describe of Smile Body Language process. So it is all about the candidate has to speak clearly, which will be understood by the interviewer. The tone of the speaking should not be rude or be rejected the candidature. The way of speaking should be in a confident manner for the candidate to deliver the speech very clearly. If the candidate is not able to speak, then it might be the interviewer is not impressed with your answer. Hence, the candidate must speak the sentence grammatically correctly, and there should not be any misunderstanding or any pronunciation mistake did the candidate. The interviewer will select most of the time candidates whose speaking capabilities are awesome. So it's basically talk about the language while speaking in the front of interview panel. It should be very clear and clean and proper pronunciation, and the language should be grammatically correct, and there should be in the language, it should not be kind of hurry to speak anything, or it should not be rude speaking in the front of interview panel. If the candidate is becoming angry or replying the answer in the rude manner, it may be candidature can be rejected by the interview panel. So it's all about to take care by the candidate while attending the interview. Next, we will move to the next slide. Section 2, flowchart of smile body language directions. So speak clearly. So how we can speak clearly in the front of interview panel. So first category is by exact tone of speaking. Mean that uh, for any sentence, if you trying to speak and if you try to explain something in the front of interview panel, there will be always slow and down of the words while speaking the pronunciation of the any word. So it should be very careful to make a pause between the sentence and the next to be delivered as a answer. Second category is by voice of high and low speaking. So always it should not be, your tone should not be in same fashion or same volume. Always, if you're trying to explain somebody, always will be some of the word will be used high and some it will be pushed, some it will be very bold, and some word will be making it very lengthy. So these are the techniques to be used while answering the question in the front of interviewer. But tongue well movement. So always the candidate should use the tongue to move, to make a clear voice in front of interview panel. If you are not moving the tongue, it might be your voice is not generating the correct pronunciation, which will not be understandable by the interview panel if the words are not said correctly. Four categories by breathe well, inhale, and exhale. So sometimes any topics you will be describing or explaining, or you will be telling very small story. In the case, you will be doing the breath techniques to inhale and exhale during the explaining the any story or any topic or any subject to the interview panel. So section 3, explanations of flowchart on body language movement. A candidate speaks the voice. There should not be a high voice. It should be normal, which will be comfortable for the interviewer panel. There are main four categories of well speaking in front of the interview panel. First is by the exact tone of speaking means that the candidate deliver the speech with the confidence and the voice should be in balanced mode to speak grammatically correctly. The second category is by the voice high and low speaking means that the candidate should deliver the word in the frame of voice with a priority of the word to say high and low manner. If the candidate is speaking all words in the same fashion, then it will not be impressive to the interviewer to understand the meaning and impact of the sentence. The third category is by tongue well movement means that while speaking, your tongue movement should be correct to deliver the word. Fourth category is by breathe well, inhale and exhale means that the breath should be taken properly while speaking. The candidate should inhale mean taking a breath and exhale mean releasing the breath properly. So it is the all techniques used by the candidate, because when you are explaining the long story or short story, or you are giving in precise manner to explain any topic, any subject, there should be mechanical to observe the exhale, inhale, pause, high and low word and tongue movement to be followed during attending the interview. So it is very important part of the category to be need to follow by the candidate, which will be impressed to the interviewer panel, and it will be highly chance to get a selected in the interview panel. And we'll see in the next slide. End of part 2 for model 5, interview attention developing techniques. We have completed model 5 and we have covered the part 2 developing of smile body language. We have covered section 1 describe of smile body language process. We have covered section 2 flowchart of smile body language directions. We have completed explanation of flowchart on body language movement. So here we in this video we have covered module 5 part 2 section 1 section 2 and section 3. So in the next video we will be looking the module 5 of part 3 section. Thank you.